Everything works, no matter how good you are. You will always be wrong. In someone else's version of the story. Waiting without action is just another form of avoidance. Doubt will visit you daily. That's fine. Just don't let it move in. A life without problems would be empty, meaningless, and shallow. Never accept criticism from someone you would never ask for advice. Self-reflection and learning are the only real forms of power. One day it will click. No one controls your life unless you hand them the keys. The place you're afraid to face is often where growth hides. Speak only what you can stand behind later. Do only what you won't regret tomorrow. Mistakes don't expose character. Reactions do. Train your mind to look for lessons. Even in pain. Talent can lift you high, but integrity keeps you there. Everything can be taken from a person, except one freedom. The freedom to choose their response. Chasing people never builds worth. Chasing values does. If you'd have to lie about it later, don't do it now. Fear, ego, and anger create competition. Courage and awareness create peace. Doing what's right for you will disappoint some people. Accept that. What hurts today won't hurt forever. Time dissolves everything. Forgive the past. Not for them, but for yourself. The past is a teacher, not a home. You don't lack time. You lack direction. Respect lasts longer than attention. If you apologize, mean it. Don't defend it. Listen to your conscience. Self-respect has no replacement. You don't need every answer. You only need the courage to move. Take responsibility for your life. No one else can live it for you. Stay busy living. That's how you truly last. The loudest doubters are often the most frightened observers. Don't overgive your time, your energy, or your presence. When you become too available, your value gets taken for granted. A shaking boat doesn't mean it's sinking. Storms don't always mean escape. Sometimes they mean endurance. Hard times exist for a reason. They force your eyes open. The blessings you stop noticing. The more clarity you gain about yourself, the less chaos outside of you matters. Trying to please everyone leads to disappointing everyone, including yourself. If your focus is strong enough, your limits will move. Stop chasing happiness like a destination. You're not meant to feel good every second. And that's normal. Once a problem is solved, you'll wonder why it ever felt so impossible. If you're breaking a bad habit, don't say, "Just one last time." Say instead, "This is the first time I chose better." You don't like everyone you meet. So stop needing approval from everyone you meet. Your history explains you. It does not define you. Sometimes you do everything right and still lose everything. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Pick up what remains and keep walking. Kindness without intelligence is dangerous. Intelligence without kindness is empty. Constant worry is a price. No reward is worth paying. Eventually, you stop explaining yourself. Not because you're arrogant, but because you realize people only hear what they're ready to understand. Someday feels productive, but someday never arrives. Don't cling to old mistakes just because they cost you time. Time with the right people is the most fragile thing you own. Never assume it's guaranteed. Live in the world as it is, not the one you imagined. Expecting fairness from life just because you are fair is like expecting nature to play by your rules. Perfection doesn't exist. Control is an illusion. It's out in the end. And if things still feel broken, unfinished, or painful, then understand this clearly. You're not at the end yet. One of the hardest lessons in life is realizing that you cannot change people. Trying to force them to become what you want only drains your energy and your self-respect. Most doors stay closed, not because the answer is no, but because we never knock. There are only two ways to do anything in life. You either do it right, or you do it again, wiser than before. Stop demanding respect from the world when you're not giving it to yourself. Nobody truly knows the formula for success. But failure? Failure is easy to define. It's trying to make everyone happy at the same time. Hope feels comforting. But hope without action is just a lie we tell ourselves. Trust should never be automatic. Blind trust isn't loyalty, it's carelessness. Trust is something people learn. Slowly and consistently. Through actions, not words. You are never too old to walk away from people who are costing you your peace. Sometimes it takes years to realize how unhappy you truly are, and even longer to accept that staying miserable is a choice. A wise person learns from opposition. A foolish one depends only on comfort. Life will hand you mistakes. Plenty of them. But every mistake is proof that you were given another chance to learn. When someone disrespects you, remember this. Their behavior tells you who they are, not who you are.